In Little Nightmares 2, you follow the story of a curious character named Mono in his quest to desperately escape the horrors of the Pale City. You start the game solo, seemingly awoken from a dream, but then suddenly find yourself facing perilous obstacles as you run, jump, climb, and sneak your way into what looks like an abandoned cabin. It's here you find your partner, a feeble yet familiar character who guides you throughout the rest of your adventure. Once you team up with her, you find that you quickly grow dependent on each other, needing her to give you a boost, help you push heavy objects, or even just someone to hold your hand. You push forward with your new friend into a cold, gray place called the Pale City, a world that's stuck inside a dream state, distorted and controlled by the mysterious signal tower in the distance. Together, you're determined to fight your way through to the tower and wake up from this nightmare. The art style is beautiful. I always describe it as Little Big Planet meets Tim Burton. I find it to feel similar to Limbo or Inside in the sense that it's playable art. Just really hauntingly beautiful. There's minimal music throughout the game, but when you do hear the eerie score, it's almost hypnotic and really just plunges you further into the environment. The mechanics are great. As a puzzle platformer lover, it just feels so smooth and pleasant compared to other titles I've played in the past. They make you run just fast enough and jump just far enough to escape the clutches of the enemies. They even fixed the ridiculous aiming issues when throwing items that I and many others were so frustrated with in the first game. The creepy enemies in this game are just that, creepy. While you're playing, you can't help but feel like you're constantly being watched. The creators of Little Nightmares know exactly what makes your skin crawl and play on phobias like hospitals, being chased, and things that go bump in the dark. Although in some scenarios you're armed with a weapon, which is new to Little Nightmares 2, you still never feel entirely safe. There's always this looming paranoia that keeps you on your toes. Although these games are relatively short, playing at 3 main levels apiece, they really keep you invested in the story. They're few and far between, but you always leave each cutscene thinking, "Whoa, what is happening?" and eagerly set out to get the next piece of the puzzle. A unique element that the Little Nightmares series has is the ability to tell a story without dialogue. The story of Little Nightmares 2 and Mono unfolds through events and flashbacks and does a really great job keeping you hungry for the next part of the backstory, until ultimately everything comes full circle in the end. Overall, if you're someone who enjoys horror or suspense, or even just a really cute game, Little Nightmares 2 is the game for you. Even though it's not required to understand the sequel, I would definitely recommend playing the first game before the second title. It only enhances the story and makes the conclusion that much more satisfying. It's really such a well-rounded, thrilling game. Memorable characters? Check. Jump scares? Got it. Moderate puzzles? Yep. Being chased by headless mannequins brought to life when the lights are off? Better start running. I find that there's always deeper messages behind the stories of these games. I won't spoil anything, but there's been a few times where I found symbolism through parts of the story that really made me think. This game and series is near and dear to my heart, and is always one I'll come back to. Whether you're a seasoned survivor like me, or are all new to the story, Little Nightmares 2 is definitely worth the nightmares. Oh my god! You're the worst! That was good! You scared the shit out of me.